Okay, perfect. So, fine. We are live now, and I would like to welcome our first attendees. Very special case webinar. It's not just a subject webinar type that you are already used to, dear attendees. We have today a special webinar, Meet the University webinar. And yeah, as always, my name is Georgi. This has not changed, this setting. I'm here with you most behind the scenes, behind the screen. And as always, we have some guests from German universities, and this is not exception today. And they will introduce some unique courses for you, dear attendees. So stay tuned. For those who are the newcomers to the Zoom webinar setting, you can see the chat, and next to it, it's a Q&A button. So this is the main button between you and us. So you can use the Q&A button to send in as many questions as possible as you are interested in, and then we will answer your questions. Will be answered actually by our guests themselves live. So after they are done with their presentation, they will address your questions, and I'm more than sure no question will be left unanswered. Also, keep an eye on the chat because they might be sending some, might find some interesting links there that will be useful for the better understanding of these particular courses, let's say. All right, let me quickly share with you my short presentation that I prepared. So as you know already, when registering, today we are going to talk about 𝘈𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘈 unique online courses. And we have several guests. It's Dr. Anja Hager from Uni Bayreuth, and she's joined also by her colleague 𝘗𝘀𝑪𝑐, and they will present several programs. But before we move this part, let me quickly tell you who is behind today's webinar. So if you do not know, we are my German university, and we are Germany's largest database when it comes to English taught study programs, bachelor level, master's level. But as you could understand from the webinar itself, and you can see also in front of your screens, we also have some short courses, language courses, various types of courses also listed in our database, in our study finder. And you can also find them very easily using all of the study finders filters that we have for you. Here, you cannot see all of the filters in front of your screens, but when you visit our website and when you go to study finder section, you'll be able to find all of the options that our study finder is able to offer you. And yeah, actually study finder is one of the main tools of helping international students to find the fitting degree courses or other language courses or short courses to study in Germany. The second way of helping you is through writing up various articles. We have over 150 comprehensive articles on various topics, of course, regarding studying in Germany. And you can find all these articles in our article section, and they're all for free. And I would strongly suggest you to make a good use of them. And the third way of helping you is through our webinars. We have approximately 150 webinars per year, or different types of meeting style come-togethers. And yeah, so on various topics, it can be studying in Germany webinar, general one, it can be scholarships in Germany, visa, or the subject webinars like the ones that you're attending or every week, or this kind of meet the university webinars as well, the unique ones. And yeah, these webinars are also for free. You can register for them for free and attend them, of course, for free. And my suggestion would be for you also to open an account on our webpage, because by doing that, you will be able to open up all of the important tools that our webpage is able to offer you. Our team, we are based in Hamburg, in northern Germany, but our team is all over Germany and also all over the world. That's why we're counseling also in various different languages. So regarding today's courses, these are the online courses, MOOC in short, they're called. And yeah, there you can see on the right side, there are several online courses that are available, but I will not dive deep into that because we have the whole presentation and whole webinar for that, just to introduce you the glimpse into that online courses. And yeah, you can also scan this QR code if you are use your computers, but also I will now in the chat put the link to the webpage that I showed you before, and then you will open all the courses that I just presented. And just to allocate yourself, although these are online courses, but just to allocate yourself virtually where you will be. This is Uni Bayreuth, as I already mentioned, University of Bayreuth, and here it is also located, we could say, in the south part of Germany. It will be fair to say so. And yeah, so let me stop with this here. And let me stop the screen share and invite our guest, Dr. Hager. You can already take the floor, and now we'll start with our main part of the webinar.
Okay, thank you. Also from my side, hello to everyone. And yeah, we are looking forward to present you some information and also some insights into our MOOCs today and why they are useful for you as as beginners of a study, for example. So before we dive deeper into the topic, again, just to locate where we are today, you see again here, our university is based in Germany, Georgie already said. So here in Bayreuth, and you can see we have a really green campus. So it's a campus university, not a city university, where everything is at one location and you can find each other in an easy way. And we have really short ways to communicate with our lecturers here at universities. And we are a small university with around 12,000 students so far. So yeah, we have 7 faculties. So I think for almost every different specific field, you find something interesting to study here at our university. And we are always looking forward to welcome new foreign students here at our university. But now let's dive deeper into our topic today. Yeah, these are the 3 main points that I want to discuss together with you. So first of all, I want to give an overview about our online offers for you right now, so you can start after our presentation today. Then I want to give you some insights into our MOOCs. So how are we producing those MOOCs? Why are we doing those MOOCs, and who is involved in the MOOC project? And afterwards, you have time to ask questions, and we hope that we find all answers to your questions. So maybe you already know our website. It's a website of the University of Bayreuth. We also have a German and English language website. So you find all information about what you can study there, what is our research focus, who are the teachers, some facts about how many students we have and what else we have to offer. So I think this is clear that you can check all those information on our website. But furthermore, where we want to focus on today is that we offer online courses, so-called MOOCs, for you. So these online courses are freely available. And yeah, we have so far 5 different topics that you can visit, and you can check if this might be a topic also interesting to study it afterwards. So it gives an insight into our, how the study programs looks like, how the teachers teach here at our university. And I think it's a good opportunity to get an overview for yourself, to understand if it's the right direction you want to go, or if it's a topic that's not the most interesting to you. So before I really show you examples of how our MOOCs look like, I think it's good to just clarify what MOOC actually means. So MOOC is an acronym for Massive Open Online Course. And I want to explain to you what does this mean. So massive means that a MOOC can consist of a number of participants, and it is unlimited. So it can be up to several thousand persons participating in a MOOC, or even some hundreds. But the MOOCs are so created that you can do tasks by yourself. You get feedbacks or answers directly when you enter your different answers to questions. So it's a MOOC where you can start whenever you want, and therefore we have a really high number of participants that can participate together in one MOOC. So open means that our participation in a MOOC is free of charge and not subject to any prerequisites. So this means you can start right now. All you only need is to have an internet connection. So therefore online stands that MOOCs are not physically courses, but they are online courses. So everything is online. Also, when you have the chance to discuss with lecturers or professors, it's online based. So you have video calls and you can talk to them or you have a discussion forum where you can ask your questions and get answers from the professors. And course, the last word within MOOC means that it's usually a multi-week course with a fixed start and end date. But the contents of the course are available over that period. So you can always have access to the different materials within the course, and you can start whenever you want, but within a fixed period time. So to say we start in August and we have the course open for 1 year, but you can decide, okay, I want to start in November and maybe I need 2 weeks to complete the whole course. Then you take the time for that. Or you need longer time, then you can also do it over a few months. And a course consists of different learning formats. So it's not only a text or like a textbook or something, and not only one video, but we have several formats in it. So here, as example, you get an overview how a MOOC is structured. Normally. So also our MOOCs have a same or similar structure, and you see that you have a main topic. Then you have different chapters of the topic, and a chapter is again divided into sub-chapters, and such sub-chapter consists of an input or knowledge part, exercises, and discussions. So you have a variety of different forms of how you can learn, and also take into contact, or you can take contact with other participants, but you can also do it by yourself, even without talking or discussing with others. You can get new knowledge through texts, videos, podcasts, all formats that are, that you can think of. And also the exercises are created in different ways. So for example, we have multiple choice in it, drag and drop exercises, different tasks. So maybe a task is to talk to a person and try to improve your rhetoric capacity, for example. So this might be different things that you can exercise within our MOOCs. And discussions forums are normally with a forum where you can ask a question or where you could present yourself and others can say hello to you. And so you can keep or get into contact with others. So again, what's important, a MOOC is not only a video, because sometimes it's a bit confusing. Some people think MOOCs are always only learning videos, but this is only a part of it. So it could consist of different formats, also with text and exercises in it. And here again, the picture just symbolizes that you have really different opportunities how you want to learn, in what way, and whenever you want. All you need is just to have a smartphone, tablet, or laptop, and you can start with it. So our MOOCs at the University of Bayreuth are published on the platform edX. Maybe you know edX. It's an online learning platform similar to Udemy or Coursera. And there we publish our courses for free, free of charge. So you can see all the content without paying for it. Only when you want to have an edX certification, then you would have to pay something for it. How do we create our MOOCs? We are a team with different backgrounds. So my side is the didactical part. 𝘗𝘀 Renaud, my colleague today here, is our media expert. So he's he is responsible for all the videos and technique and graphics that we are creating. And furthermore, we have a marketing expert who is available or who is responsible to do all the marketing around, so that our courses also get attention from different participants. We collaborate with different chairs from our university to create the content. So for one MOOC, we work together with normally 1 up to 3 professors, and they have a specific topic that they want to create this as an online material open for the whole world, and therefore we help those professors to create a didactic useful content, and also that it makes fun to learn those contents. our MOOCs are all in English language. We try to give an insight into our master's degree offers. So everything that you see here is content of a master study program. But of course, we also have English speaking bachelor study programs. So if you want to get an overview about what exactly we offer in English language to study, you can check again the website. So those MOOCs just want to show you or that you get an insight into our teaching, how our teachers are, what you can learn there. And when this is interesting to you, you can always again check at the website of the specific chair what they offer in English language. So here we have two pictures, some behind the scenes. Here you see Theo on the right picture, where he is together with a colleague filming the professor in our botanical garden. So we are not only in a studio, but also outside of that. And therefore, we also have really diverse course materials that you can use whenever you want. So enough theory. I think now we want to dive deeper into exactly our MOOCs and that you see how they look like. And therefore, before we start with that, I have a question for you. You can, if you have a second device, you can scan that QR code, or if not, you just enter that web address. Theo already put it in the chat. So you just click on it, and then a website should open, and there should be a question to you. I'm just checking if it works. So when the website is loading, there comes a question: have you ever been participated in a MOOC? So yes or no, and you just submit your answer, and we get an overview who we have today here. I'm just waiting some seconds. And we switch our screen sharing to that here, and now you see what are the results of your question. Okay, the last seconds. Okay, so I think we have persons all in between. So some of you have already participated in a MOOC and some of you not. So I hope your experiences were good so far. And if not, maybe you try our MOOCs, and I hope they will make you fun and that you also learn something new. So let's get back to my presentation. I just switch the screen again. So, why are MOOCs interesting to you? First of all, of course, you can acquire new knowledge. Secondly, our MOOCs of the University of Bayreuth are created in a way that you get to know different research areas of our university profile, so that you can decide if something is some subject is interesting to you to study maybe or not. So it's a good way to just get an overview about that. Then you can gain insights into our teaching methods. So you see our teachers, you meet our teachers, and you can see how is teaching. So is it teaching in a traditional way? Do we have a professor who is a really funny person and tries to do it in a completely different new way to teach? We have a course in which one professor also uses a Microsoft HoloLens, maybe you know that, and he uses that VR lenses in order to show how to work with a real machine, and besides that with digital elements and digital media that explains to you how that machine works. So this is also something you get an insight into when you watch our MOOCs or visit our MOOCs. I've already mentioned that you can identify for yourself which subject interested or is interesting to you, and you get content available free of charge. So yeah, maybe you have time and you want to learn more about grocery shopping, then our MOOCs are here that you get the corresponding content. And of course, we have no prerequisites. That mean you don't need to know something specific before you start the MOOC. So the MOOCs are created in a way that everybody can follow, and that you can start with zero of that knowledge and get new knowledge into different topics. At the moment, we have 5 different MOOCs for you, and we started producing our MOOCs in the year 2020. So right now we are creating a 6th MOOC. Later I give you more details about that. But here you see an overview about what we have so far for you. The first MOOC we created was Value, Co-Creation and Sport Management, a new logic in a changing society, with Professor Woracek. So interesting topic, a new logic, and he wanted to spread that logic into the world, and therefore we created that MOOC. The second MOOC that followed was Biomaterials and Biofabrication, Design, Engineering and Innovation, together with Professor Scheibe. So you see the professor on the picture here on the second image. The third MOOC we created is called Immigration and Labor Markets in Economic History. So this is a MOOC more, it's a bit different from the others because it's a more theoretical MOOC, but also with an interesting topic. Then we have Conscious Grocery Shopping, Sustainability, Nutrition, Health and Law. This was a MOOC that was made a lot of fun to create because we filmed a lot of scenes in a supermarket. It was during Corona, and we had to check how we can film in a supermarket without getting into too much contact with other persons. So it was a really interesting experience also for us. And I think the result is, of course, showable. And the 5th MOOC we have so far is Cellular Polymers, Structure, Properties, Processing, Applications. So here you really get a deeper learning into the world of cellular polymers with Professor Ruckdeschel, so a well-known person here at our university. And also really intensive MOOC where you learn a lot of new things. All our MOOCs are so created that you need around 6 to 8 weeks to complete the MOOC when you work 2 hours per week for the MOOC. So it's a bit like the normal learning at university when you take one course, that you have around 1, 2, 3 hours per week to learn with that. And after that, you have the possibility to do a final exam if you want to have the edX certificate. If not, you can just do the materials how and whenever you want, and you don't get a certification that you have passed the course, but you can do it for free. What is maybe also interesting to mention is that our Biomaterials and Biofabrication course was one of the finalists of the edX Prize in the year 2022. So we were under the top 10 of all MOOCs on the platform edX because of our innovative teaching method. So we tried to create a video like a Netflix format where you follow a story of 2 students and they try to find answers to different questions within that field. And you follow them, and then you always get some expert interviews in between. and then again the story of the two students continues. So a new format with an interactive video, so we had quizzes within the video and not separated, and this was something new. I'm not sure how many MOOCs we have already now with that format, but I think it's still something not so well known. Okay, please watch again the 5 different courses we offer so far, because now you can vote which, oh, I forgot the last one, sorry, here. Now you see all 5 ones, because now you can vote which course do you want to see in more detail now together here in our webinar. So the titles you have again, just the pictures disappear. And now again the same QR code and the same link we have sent in the chat so far. Maybe can 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘕, can you copy it again? That it's the last message you see in the chat. And I have to switch that you see the new question. One moment. So, and now the question changes, and the question is now, what topic are you most interested in? And you can vote. So you can create a ranking, and we take a deeper look into that topic that is most interesting for you. Just waiting a bit. Okay, I think the ranking is not changing any longer. Yes, okay, now it changed again. And okay, we have immigration and labor markets on the first place. So also a current topic, or a topic that yeah, we always are faced with during the last times. Then I just stopped my screen sharing to switch to a new one, or I just change it now. And first of all, I give you an overview about the course, how it looks like, so you can now get an insight what you would see when you want to do that course. I'm just going to the right one. Okay, so when you have an account on edX, so this is the only thing you have to do. You create here an account, and then you can enter any course you want. And our structure is always similar, that you can follow in an easy way. So here you have a welcome page. Just go one back, that you see how much content we have in one MOOC. Again, we have to wait. Okay, so it's started always like the same. We have an introduction here and a conclusion in the end. And in between, you have the contents where you get new knowledge and also exercises. And here is the first chapter, second chapter, third chapter. And within those chapters, you have those sub-chapters I've already mentioned. So we first look into the introduction. And I want to play the first video for you, where you meet already our professor. It's Professor Braun from the chair of economic history. And I just started, and I hope the sound is working in a good way. I just make it a bit bigger. So, and no, it's not working like I want to. Just put it a bit bigger that you see the. No, it's not. I hope it's big enough. So we started.
Welcome to our MOOC on immigration and labor markets in economic history. My name is Sebastian Braun, and I'm professor for quantitative economic history at the University of Bayreuth. I'm also the study coordinator of our interdisciplinary master program, History and Economics, in Bayreuth. In my research, I study the economics of migration using historical evidence to inform current debates. And this is exactly what you will learn in this MOOC. Think about critical questions such as, do immigrants lower the wages of competing workers? How quickly do immigrants integrate into the economy? And which policies foster the integration of migrants? Now, these and other questions do not only figure prominently in current debates, they were also relevant in the past. And in this MOOC, you will learn the concepts and empirical tools for critically engaging in these debates and contributing to them. You will have the opportunity to apply these methods hands-on and engage with the research of leading scholars in the field. Now, our MOOC will be structured into 6 chapters. For instance, we will study the integration of forced migrants in the aftermath of World War II, which saw forced population transfers at an unprecedented scale. We will also look at the skill composition of migrants during the age of mass migration, when 55 million Europeans left the continent. And we will study the wage and employment effects of immigration, both from a theoretical and an empirical perspective. But let's start our journey with chapter 1, which studies and reviews key trends and topics in international migration, both past and present.
Okay, so this is how the course starts. And then you see here an overview again about the complete course structure. So we try to make it really as transparent as possible, that you see what you can learn within the course, how is the syllabus of the course, and how long time or how much time do you need for each single chapter. And what's special here in this course is that we created the contents like an interactive book. So you have guidelines here how to use it, because maybe it's a new format you haven't tried before. Here you have the manual for it, how to use it. I just jump over it because I know how to work with it. And now we dive into chapter 1. And you see again, what are you learning in that chapter? Here the contents of the chapter. And now we come to the actual content. And now you see there is a book loading. So it's a digital book, and we are ready to read that book. And now it's like really in a book. So you have here the different pages of a book. And when you continue, you are on the second page of the book, and you go on, and you are on the third page of the book. And each page of such a book is a subchapter. So here, for example, you have an part where you get new knowledge. This is a video. So
between 2000 and 2010, but then you
show you a bit of it. So you see a presentation of Professor Braun, and he explains something to the topics and so trends and topics in economic history. And afterwards you have exercises in your book. So therefore the name is interactive, because you can hear now, test your knowledge if you have really listened carefully to Professor Braun and have understood it in the right way. So here example, it would be an drag and drop exercise, and you just check it. So I'm not reading it now, I'm just clicking on something, and you see if it's true or false what you have done so far. Then, for example, here you have a second task. There is an article, and you have to read that article. So section 2 of that article, it's in PDF, where it opens in a new tab. And after that, you have again questions about that article. So this is first subchapter. When you're ready with it, you get again new knowledge to that topic. And then you have again exercises, and you see the different formats of our exercises. So here you have, for example, like dialogue cards. Maybe you know it from learning vocabulary, that you have a term and you have to think, what's the definition of that word? You turn it, and maybe you have understood it, then you go to the next one, because these are important key words you have to know when you continue with the MOOC, because he always mentions those terms, and therefore it's important that you really know what the term actually means. Then again, you go to the next one, maybe you have a multiple choice here, and at the end of one book, you see again your total score. So the score is only for you, that you really know if you're good at that topic or not, if you want to repeat something or not, and you can directly jump to one task again if you want to check if you've understood it now in a better way. And this is, for example, the structure of that whole course. So when we go, for example, to the chapter 4, we have it here in the same way. Again, an overview. Then you have here the content, again, our book that is opening now. We read it. We have here again a quiz, for example. We can start a whole quiz with different segments in it. So we have different questions. We go further. Here again, we have a quiz, we have multiple choice. Here we have a task with a graph and where you have to analyze that and have to answer to that question. So it's also getting a bit into more how to use a different formula also to analyze things. And here we click through it, and it's all the questions are all related to the graph you see here. Okay, I think this is one example that you see how it is working with the MOOC of immigration and labor markets. So if you have now, if you're interested in doing it, so you only go to the edX page. You have to register one time, and then you can search for, now I only see my courses in which I am in, but if you're new, you can click here the search button and enter Bayreuth X, and then you see our courses, or you enter for a specific topic and you see all courses that are offered on the platform of edX. Maybe only short insight into biomaterials, because almost the same number of you wanted to see that MOOC in more detail. You can compare it with the other course. So we have again here an introduction. We have the different chapters, also 6 chapters here, a conclusion and a final exam. And just that you see that here our input part and exercise part is a bit different. We have here a small Tommy, so this is a professor in a comic, in a comic way, and he always appears in our videos. And I've already told you that this is a bit like a sitcom where you follow the story of the 2 students. And this is an interactive video. So I just played the first seconds, and I'm not speaking any longer because then you cannot hear what's within the video. And you can follow and see how it works. So now I can decide where I want to start in the video, or I want to start from the beginning on. So I click here.
Hi Emma, 1 chai latte. Well, hi, I'm doing well. How are you? What are you so focused on?
Oh, sorry. Hi, Paul. How are you?
Come on, tell me, what's going on?
I don't know. My grandma, she hurt her hip and now she needs a hip replacement. And
Okay, just skip a bit. And now you see
grandma, she will need a full hip replacement.
Before we go on, we want to tell you a bit more about hip implants, what they are for and what kind of properties they have. If you're already familiar with the topic, you can always skip the video and continue with the main story in the bottom right corner.
And now you can say, oh, this is something I'm interested in and I want to watch it. Or you say, no, I just want to continue with the story of Emma and Paul. So it's interactive and you really decide how long the video will take as a full video and what exercises you want to make or what specific inputs you want to listen into more detail. So now we start with the
Hip implants are very...
This would be an expert input where you have a presentation of Professor 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥 in that case, and you see presentation slides and he is explaining it. When you say, oh, okay, this is something I already know, for example, you can skip it.
The thing is,
and then the story continues. And within that video, we also have exercises. So I just show you one.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of plastic as a material? Consider current issues like modern-day convenience and pollution. Drag and drop the tiles into the appropriate category. All tiles will be needed.
And here you now have the exercises like before in the interactive book, but within the video. So everything you have is in that video. And yeah, you can do the exercises how often you want to and continue and watch the video as often you want to. So this is another format, and this won the prize of edX because of here the innovation of interactive videos. I'm not sure if you have ever tried it, but it makes a lot of fun. Maybe you know the books where you can decide how the story should continue, and then you open another page of the book and you read the story and you come to an end. I have one of living in a jungle and you have to survive and see if you are good at how to live in nature or not. And this was our inspiration to create such a video. Okay, now Theo wants to give you some behind the scenes pictures that you also get to know something about our work for creating those MOOCs, and therefore I just switch again to the presentation and I hand over to Theo.
All right, thank you. You've got the slides, so I think.
Yes.
Can I click or do? Okay. You click.
You say when I click.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you a little bit on how we produce our MOOCs. So usually the process is that a professor comes to us or has the wish to produce a MOOC, and then we sit down with the professor and his or her employees, and we find like what's the right topic to use, how to border it that it makes sense for a course, but that is also relevant for the studies that we offer at the university. And most of the time, the MOOCs are linked directly to a master's program we offer. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Anja, but they're all like linked to English masters. So
not all of them. Yeah, some of them are not in English, but we try to have more opportunities also to study in English.
Yeah, exactly. So that's also if you come to study in Bayreuth as a foreigner, we also want to show you what we offer in English as a master course. So once we then sat down with the people of the faculty, our team gets to work by producing the content, writing scripts, and maybe you can click next, please, Anya. And just on how we're going to tell the story, because it's a process where we write everything down before we do it, so we know where there might be like a gap in knowledge, where we feel like, hey, we've told something in this video or in this exercise, and then skip to something else. Is there something they're missing? So we always lay out the whole production beforehand, before we start shooting anything most of the time. And then shooting or creating the exercises always happens in a way that it's interesting for the viewer. We don't want, or our goal is to have videos and content which is interesting to you as well. So it's not just you sitting at the computer watching some person talk while slides go by. We actually try to make it interesting as well. And of course, some topics are a bit more suitable than others. Here we see one with Professor 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘵, the biomaterials, which was a great MOOC because we could show a lot, because there's materials you can have in your hand. And that's also what we tried to do to make it interesting to the viewers, to go to different locations where the topic can be seen in reality, where it's happening, and not just in the labs or in a school setting. So that way we try to make it interesting to watch as well. That it's not just very dry material told to you by a person, but it's actually, you see something, we do experiments that makes it fun to watch it as well. Next slide, please. This is also the biomaterials MOOC, where we build a whole studio because there was the idea from the professor, hey, let's make it like a TV show. Let's make episodes and tell a story with it. Just to make it more engaging, and then to make it interactive as well, like Anya just showed you. And for that, we also build a studio. We're very fortunate that we have media science as well at our university. So there is a studio we could use, and where we set up our walls and decorated it with things relevant to the MOOC. And we use that for every MOOC and change it around, so that it makes sense. And again, it's a bit more an interesting setting than somebody sitting at a desk. Next slide, please. And then for experts, this was, for example, in Berlin. We go there where experts are as well. So there's a lot of people who have interesting things to tell, but they don't all have time to come to Bayreuth, or some are even outside of Germany. So either we do that then remotely, or if possible, we try to travel to those people so that we can deliver the highest quality of content from them, like their expertise. So we go to them, so the little time they do have, that we can use that to get like great content for you guys. And next, please. Here again, on the having interesting situations, this was the health and nutrition MOOC, where again, we had the storyline of two actors that were exploring a topic, and you as a viewer are exploring the topic with them at the same time. And this was a journey through a supermarket. So we got to shoot in a supermarket after closing times. I think we had 6 shooting days there, or evenings. And we went from everything to food labels or placement of products for the psychological part, to what do all the labels mean, health labels, but also the for fish, for example, there's like a lot of labels. What do they actually mean? So that was really nice to produce, and we also got the feedback from people who did the course that because of this setting, because it's more true to life, those are situations where you yourself could also end up in that it makes more interesting to do the course and to learn something more playful. Next slide. I don't know if we still have one. Oh, yeah, this is then just making the nicest picture, even if it's just a dialogue between two people. So in this case, the topic was a bit more theoretical, so there was nothing to show, but we tried to make it nice anyway. And then I think there's one more slide. This is our studio again, but this time in a different setting, where we then place the professor to tell about the theoretical topics that they have. So it's always a mixture of, we do have those talks where people tell you something theoretical, and then we try to switch to change it up with videos of things happening or being at a location where an experiment is done. So this was one of our many studio settings we had. And yeah, that's it from my side.
Yeah, thank you, Theo, for the insights into how we work behind the scenes. I've already mentioned to you that we are working on our 6th MOOC. So you get an exclusive preview today, what is following next. So we want to publish by the end of this year the next MOOC, and the topic will be Model United Nations. And what this is all about, you get now our trailer of it. So it's not published yet, but you have the chance to watch it first. And I again share my other screen. So one moment, and then you have the trailer of that.
Humanity faces many challenges. We live in a fragmented cosmos characterized by conflict between rivaling social and economic systems. Around 800 million people face hunger. And climate change threatens the way we live and happens so fast that many animals and plants are struggling to keep up. This affects the backbone of our existence, our biodiversity. And all this is happening before we even start talking about peace, human rights, and a brighter future. These global issues may easily depress you. They cannot be solved by one country or one person alone, but there's reason to be hopeful. The United Nations is a global body of 193 countries with the goal of solving these issues. It enables countries to work together and fight for peace and prosperity. The core of Model United Nations is to simulate the working and decision processes of the United Nations. The goal for this course is to prepare you to participate in Model United Nations conferences. You will learn about the UN rules of procedure, how to speak publicly, think creatively, research effectively, and negotiate in a multicultural context. You will take something away from this course, be it for your professional life, as well as your personal development, and regardless of whether you have heard of Model United Nations or not. This course will provide you with all the necessary skills to develop ideas on how we can solve these global challenges together.
This is Paul Gussmann. I am Andreas Trauner. I'm your faculty advisor in this MOOC on Model United Nations. Here's our crew, and together we welcome you to the world of Model United Nations.
Okay, so again, back to the presentation. So if you now want to do one of our MOOCs or want to wait until the Model United Nations MOOC is online, how do you find us? So you can go to the edX website and just search for Bayreuth X, and then you always see what courses we are offering at the current moment. We also give you those presentation slides after our presentation, so you can again watch those videos, and also here is a summary again about what Bayreuth X is actually, and the ideas behind that. But I think we don't watch it now because we also want to answer your questions, and therefore thanks so far for your attention. And now it's open to your questions you have for us, and we hope yeah, you like our MOOCs and maybe you visit us on edX soon.
Great. Thank you very much, Dr. Hager. I definitely like your MOOCs, to be honest. It looks very, very nice. And yeah, thank you very much, Theo, also for addressing already some very important questions there. Let me now address some of those that are still open. Let me ask you. So let me start with the first one. Hello, Georgi. I attended the webinar yesterday and Nino recommended to present this question. edX mentions that courses are free, but it's possible to upgrade. What does it mean? And also, is it possible to do a free version and later if I want to have a certificate upgrade? I think you mentioned it already, but this question came in the beginning. Would you like to repeat it once again?
Yes, of course. So I can only speak for our courses because every university can decide what they want to offer for free or not. So with our courses, it's a way that you get all content for free. So you only have to register on edX without any charge. And then you see all the content. Only if you want to have an edX certificate, so that you can go to your professor and say, I've done that course and I've done an exam about that, and therefore you have to pay that this exam is open for you. But the rest is for free, but you have to pay attention. The course material is only visible as long as the course is open for you. So we at the beginning at the page you see 8 weeks, for example. That's a recommendation how long the course you need for the course, and then you only see for 8 weeks the content. So if you want to see it for longer, you would have to pay, or you create a new account and then you see it again.
Okay, clear. Thank you very much, Dr. Haga. So Nadine is asking, will you share the recording and slides? So yeah, as it was already mentioned, we will receive the slides and then you will receive it on your email with which you registered. And regarding recording, also most probably you will receive it. You could find it on our YouTube channel, but we'll keep you posted. So next question is, the start date is always the day I check the page. Then how the cohorts are organized and grouped? This means that there are no live discussions, only pre-recorded sessions. Thank you. Yeah, this question also came in the beginning. Please.
Yes, we have no organized groups, so everyone can do it with the time she or he needs for the course. We have live sessions only, not always. So this year was a bit special because our MOOC team was smaller than usual. But from next year on, we will offer more live sessions again. So you get an email notification when we have a live session with the professor, and you can register for it. Also when you are without any charge in the course. So it's not a fixed date, but you get information when it is. And also when you have already done the course, you get also an invitation if you want to discuss with that professor afterwards. And we, of course, record the sessions so you see the older ones.
Perfect. Perfect. All clear. Thank you. Another question, is the certificate from university and does it include ECTS points?
No, it's not from the university. It's from edX. And you have to check with your university if you can use that certificate for earning ECTS.
Okay. Then specific question for one of the classes. So for one of the courses, for biomaterials class, how is it possible to interact with Professor 𝘱𝘈 if the course is only 8 weeks and live sessions are once a year?
You can use the forum. So when you enter their question, there is an chair member who checks also the entries in the forum, and when you have special questions to Professor 𝘱𝘈 or the chair, they will answer to you. And of course you can always use the email address, so from the chair website. So at the end of every MOOC you see the overview about where you get further information, and of course you can always feel free to contact the chair if you have any questions about study programs, for example.
Okay, perfect.
And yeah, on the live sessions, we send out an email about that, right? So
Yes.
Is there a mailing list people can subscribe to?
We did it in the way that everybody gets an email who is signed in the course also from former courses. So you get a
Okay,
notification as soon as we have a new live session.
Okay, so everyone who already enrolled in a course and done the course, even after they finished it, they do get a notification that there will be a live session.
Oh.
Okay, great.
Perfect. Looks great, flexible and self-explanatory. Thanks for such a deep dive, Dr. Hacker. Yeah, great. There was also a question that Theo already addressed, but I think it was a nice, very interesting question, and maybe we could also voice it up once again. Hi, and thanks for the webinar. Are these MOOCs related to degree courses? Last week, I attended a session about health and nutrition from your university. Mm-hmm. So to once again make it clear, mm-hmm. how it's connected to the university. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to talk with your professor, so they can decide if they want to integrate those MOOCs into their courses or into their study program. And therefore, we cannot say in general if you can use that course for getting some points for your study program. So you have to check it with the professor. But I think when you have done our course, I think you're not studying at our university, because if so, I think Professor Brunhagen, who was responsible for the course, is open to allow it to get some points, but I think at other universities you have to check it. Unfortunately, there is not a general solution for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Perfect. Thank you very much, Dr. Hage, and thank you, Theo, also for your huge support. I would like to open now my slide for official thank you, as all the questions already addressed. Thank you once again for your presentation. I think that was really, really interesting. And the way it was really comprehensive. The videos, it was nice to see how it works and what the quality of the videos, really nice. And yeah, dear attendees, if you are interested, if you have any more follow-up questions on which you would like to elaborate more, for example, you can get in touch with our guests and they will help you to clear your doubts. If you have any questions, any general questions, of course, you can also get in touch with us and we will also do our best to clear your doubts. With that being said, once again, thank you everyone, and thank you attendees also for tuning in and for your interest, and I hope to see you on our future webinars as well. And for that, have a nice rest of the day, take care, and bye-bye.
Bye.